a small, forgotten town nestled deep in the woods, a legend whispered through the chilling night. They called it the Little Stranger. Nobody knew where it came from, but everyone feared it. It was said that every time the clock struck midnight, the little stranger would emerge from the shadows. Tommy, a curious young boy with a mop of unruly hair and a heart full of bravery, had heard the tales. His friends dared him to prove his courage by facing the little stranger. Tommy, never one to back down from a challenge, accepted the dare. One moonless night, Tommy set out into the dark woods alone. The wind whispered through the towering trees, their branches creaking like old bones. The air grew colder with each step, and Tommy's heart pounded in his chest. He was not easily frightened, but tonight was different. As the clock struck midnight, a chilling breeze sent shivers down Tommy's spine. He felt eyes watching him from the shadows. He turned, and there it was, a tiny, hunched figure with bony limbs and eyes that gleamed like two cold stars. The little stranger, Tommy whispered, his voice trembling. The creature tilted its head, and a crooked grin spread across its wrinkled face. It took a step closer, and Tommy's heart raced. The little stranger's voice was a haunting melody, like a broken lullaby. "You came looking for me, brave child. What do you seek?" Tommy's voice quivered as he replied, "I seek the truth behind your legend." The creature nodded, and its eyes flickered with an eerie light. "Very well, brave child. I will show you the truth." Tommy followed the little stranger through the twisted, gnarled trees and into a clearing bathed in an eerie, ghostly light. There, in the center, stood a crumbling, long-forgotten house. Its windows were shattered, and its walls bore the scars of time. "This is where it all began," the little stranger whispered. "Long ago, I was just a lonely child, abandoned by my family. I wandered these woods, searching for a home. I stumbled upon this house, and it became my refuge." Tommy's fear began to wane as he listened to the creature's story. The little stranger had once been a lost and lonely child, just like him. It had sought solace in the darkness of the woods, and the legend had grown from the fear of the unknown. As the night wore on, the little stranger's form seemed to blur, becoming less menacing and more like a lost soul seeking companionship. Tommy realized that the creature had been misunderstood, and its legend had been born out of ignorance. With newfound compassion, Tommy offered his hand to the little stranger. "You don't have to be alone anymore. Come with me, and we'll find a place where you can belong." The creature's eyes softened, and it nodded gratefully. As they walked back through the woods, Tommy felt a sense of warmth and acceptance he had never known before. The legend of the little stranger was no longer a tale of fear, but a story of a lonely soul finding a friend. From that night on, Tommy and the little stranger became inseparable. The town no longer whispered tales of fear, but of a boy who had shown kindness to the once feared creature. The legend had transformed into a heartwarming story of friendship that would be passed down through generations. And so, in the darkest of nights, when the clock struck midnight, the little stranger was no longer a harbinger of fear but a beacon of hope, proving that even the most frightening legends could be rewritten with love and understanding.